Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Split Decision. You're here with me, Tom, and my other co-host, Taku, who's to my left. I don't know. On my screen, he's to my left. Right. But before we get into it, we got to mention our sponsors, Kremlin Mahogany. Kremlin just released some new hoodies and they just released some new masks out. Make sure you cop that, especially if you're from Melbourne, wear your mask, stay home, all that stuff, obey the law. Don't be that guy. When you're also buying that stuff, use Taku 10 or Tom 10 at discount, which will get you 10% off your next purchases. And and then just follow all our socials in the description. Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. It's just at The Split Decision. No underscores. I'm pretty sure if I'm correct.
Instagram has underscores.
Instagram has underscores. Yeah, so we just hit 100. So hopefully we'll be doing a giveaway in the near future with Kremlin.
Oh, yeah. Hey, 100. I forgot about that.
100. So thank you everyone who has followed the Instagram, who's watching the podcast, supported this far. It means a lot. We do this as a fun hobby, but yeah, we don't get into all that soppy, sad stuff.
Gang.
Gang. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the Champions League football and what's happened in recent events, and hopefully will happen in the future. I mean, starting off, we had one of the most interesting games, I reckon, Juventus versus Lyon. Right, I reckon this was good to watch. Did you watch it by any chance?
Yeah,
it was good to watch. So I'll give some summary for people that haven't watched it. The Champions League came back last week, with the opening game being Juventus versus Lyon. This game opened up with a penalty that Memphis Depay slotted away and put Lyon up early in the game. But Cristiano Ronaldo would have something to say about this, with Juventus getting a penalty call as well later in the game. Ronaldo would then tie the game behind on aggregate. But they won on away goals, did they?
Yeah, Lyon had the away goal.
They won on the away goal. So Juventus did win 2-1, and Ronaldo put on a clinic per usual. But it wasn't enough to put away Lyon as they suffered in the first leg. But yeah, it is interesting. How far do you reckon Lyon can go in the Champions League?
They're out next. They're playing Man City next.
Anything can. They just beat Juventus, bro. Juventus.
Nah, but even watching the game though, it was like Juventus had their chances. Juventus had their chances where they could easily put it away. They just.
Lyon don't have any stars though. That's their problem. Like they've got what is his name?
Hey, put respect to my boy Depay.
He's not that gravy though. He's not that gravy.
Hey, nah. I ain't allowing no Memphis as a former Manchester United player.
Yeah, but
I am not allowing no.
If you're
Memphis
looking
Depay.
at this subject, if you're looking at him as a whole, right, and you're looking at like Champions League teams, are you looking at him like on that Mbappe, Ronaldo,
Messi, hell no. Obviously
like to carry his team? Like, is he going to carry his team?
Obviously not. No. I don't think Lyon's not getting out past this round because they're going up against Man City.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Man City are a different gravy. Their second team would probably beat Lyon just quietly. Like, have you seen that? They've got so many players in so many different positions. Like, Kevin De Bruyne's injured. Hold on, let me just chuck Phil Foden in there. Oh, sorry, Bernardo Silva's injured. Let me just put Riyad Mahrez in there. It's just like, who do you want?
They're mad attacking, but it's their defense.
Yeah, it's true.
Their defense where it's like, but watching that game, Juventus could have easily won. Well, they did win, but they could have easily got a third goal to put them ahead. Even the penalty against Juventus, very.
Yeah,
it was like it's touch and go. Like I can sort of see why you call it a pen, because it's sort of like, even though he got the ball first, it was a follow through, but then he got the ball first, so it's like, what are you gonna decide on?
It's still. I reckon it's still a foul either way you call it. When you look at it, like they'd give it even if it wasn't Champions League, or if it wasn't Juventus. I feel like. What do you reckon they were trying?
It was harsh. It was. I think it was a very harsh, because he did get ball first, but same time, it's like, I guess especially when you're like, first look, when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a pen. But then when you watch, watching, that's what VAR was very sketchy, because like even watching the replay, I was like, is it a pen? Because he got ball first.
VAR has too many faults, I reckon. That's a topic for another day. But like, For what it is, there's so many faults in it.
And you think it'd be easy, like you're watching a replay of what happened, like you'd be able, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they don't see it and we do, but it must be something with the screens down there. I don't know.
But then, I don't say that. So Leon,
what would you say?
I was saying Leon's not. I don't think they're getting past Man City.
Oh no, they're definitely not getting past Man City. They'll put. I hope they put up a good effort. Like they become the Ajax. Is that what
Ajax last year. They were even going to beat Tottenham, but Lucas Moura. I remember watching that. Lucas Moura just.
He put up a clinic.
Lucas Moura went, all right, but yeah, Lucas Moura went off. But
that was quality to watch. Bro, they had a decent team last year. Like when you look at their team was pretty good. Like look at all their players: Ziyech, bloody DeLit, yeah.
Oh yeah, and then DeLit, Frankie De Jong as well.
Hakimi Ziyech.
They had a lot of that, but I actually just thought that they just produce talent and then they just sell them.
I mean, they must be. They're so profitable, but I feel like they're never like. That's why they're never going to dance. You know, like they'll never make that next step.
But they just win the they're in the Dutch league. They just chill. They just
they just vibe.
Chill, win the Dutch league, Champions League. They're like, we'll see how we go.
They're like the world's youth academy when you look at it.
Pretty much, bro. Honestly, pretty much. They just like.
But
that's what they do. The same with like Borussia Dortmund. Like Borussia Dortmund is sort of like a halfway club. You sort of just like what Jadon Sancho did. You just sort of go there to develop, but then you go to like Barcelona like Ousmane Dembele did, or you go to Arsenal like Aubameyang and Bayern Munich. Like legit, most of the Dortmund players end up going to Bayern Munich anyway.
Yeah, it does actually. Look at Lewandowski, Hummels, freaking what's his name?
Goetze did the same thing. Yeah.
But they all go back at the end.
I don't think Lewandowski would go back.
No, but if Ajax if they were an artist, like a music artist, that'd definitely be The Weeknd, just producing bangers 24/7.
That's fair. That's fair.
They fly under the radar a lot. Like not everyone listens to them, but like they do produce bangers.
You're gonna hold on about The Weeknd.
Yeah, no, The Weeknd. Something else. But going back to our main topic of discussion, Juventus, right? So they just sacked Sarri and they picked up Pirlo. And man is a certified ball. No, don't get me wrong. He's a certified baller, right? He's got that unlocked. The Italian stallion, one of the best Italian centre mids of all time. Probably one of the best. The Baggio, Pirlo, and then.
But it's tough because I understand why they did it. It's like he's a club legend, but then does he have the experience that they need? I mean,
he is a mastermind. He's a tactical mastermind.
Yeah. Like he was able to do that on the managerial side as well. Because on the manager side, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, it's different because then you have the responsibility of uplifting your players as well as putting in tactics. Like it's more than just a tactic role; it's more of like a keeping the club afloat role.
And then also,
plan for everything once you're the manager.
Yeah, and I think firing Sarri was harsh.
Yeah,
what do you want
to do? They're already 2-0 down on aggregate, but they're 1-0 down on aggregate. But
it was harsh though. It was like
they won the league as well.
But yeah, they won it's pretty much standard that they win the league at this point. But then it's like I saw this thing where since Ronaldo signed for Juventus, he scored all 7 of their knockout goals in the Champions League.
That's so bad.
And that's the thing. He went to Juventus, obviously, Italy and stuff. But then he went to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's
he won it the year before and he beat Juventus though.
Yeah, but then I remember he it was salary stuff of Real Madrid. Then he was like, all right, let's just leave. But then it's like, where do they go if Ronaldo's scoring all 7 of their knockout game goals? That's the problem as well.
Mm.
So it's what do they do on that side of things? Because it's like,
and then they picked up Arthur from.
That was a dumb trade by Barcelona.
A dumb trade. I don't know what they're thinking. They must have something planned. Hopefully,
Arthur's gonna be huge. That was stupid. That was stupid. But I don't know. Next year gives Juventus another chance. But then Ronaldo's getting older. He's gonna. I don't want to say I love Ronaldo, but then obviously it's just he's gonna keep decline. He's gonna decline a bit more.
But where is he declining though? I can't find where he's declining.
He's like it's like I don't know if you've seen, but what Max Kellerman said about LeBron. It's like 2013. Let's say 2013-14 was peak LeBron, and it was so much better than everyone else. LeBron's been declining ever since then, but since he was so much better, the decline isn't evident.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with like Ronaldo and Ronaldo and Messi aren't as good as they were 2012, 2013, 2014.
But
That's
Messi,
because they were so much better than everyone. Like it's the same thing as like the Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo should have won the Ballon d'Or in 2018, but it's because we're so used to what he produces and what he does that it's like it's just an average season for Ronaldo. But if anyone else, if like Martial had a season like that, it'd be like one of the greatest things we've ever seen. But since it was like Ronaldo, it's like, oh, it's stopped. It's standard.
Yeah, that's true.
So since Ronaldo is so much better, like Ronaldo and Messi, so much better than the competition, they've been on the decline. But since it's such a big gap, it's like we won't notice it for like another 2-3 years. Then we'll be like, oh yeah, they're not that good, but they haven't been that good in a lot, in a bit of time as well.
Yeah, I get that. They're just different gravy, man. They're so fun to watch. There was nothing better than back in like from 2012, I reckon, to 2015, like just watching a Ronaldo or Messi game. Like you'd stay up till about like 3 a.m. just to watch their game. Did you ever do that?
I wasn't in Australia, so I didn't have to go through the struggle.
Yeah, you didn't have to go through the struggle. There was a struggle. I remember I watched one of the El Clasicos, and I think it was 3-2. Barcelona won, and it was a crazy game. And everyone's like, Ronaldo's gone missing, and I was like, well, it's against Barcelona. But that's when they were both in their peak. That's when Barcelona was in its prime. Like they had MSN, buddy. Real Madrid had BBC, buddy. Everyone had. They literally had everyone. But that's the difference between Barca and Real is that Real have a young team that they're going to develop. I feel like they've got these players that are definitely looking like pretty decent. Rodrigo, Valverde, Vinicius. Like they got these young players that look like they're going to come through and step up.
Yeah, they have a good mix of like experience and like young guys as well. And they have Odegaard that's going to be coming back as well. So even they have a lot of.
Varane, he's not even that old, is he?
Varane's like 24, 25. I'm pretty sure.
He's one of the. He had like. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. But like, he's one of the best. Would you say one of the best centre backs in the world?
Oh no, Varane's 27. My bad.
That's still young. Like, it's still not old though. Like centre backs can play to the like 32.
And then like you've got like Sergio Ramos. I think he's like 34 now.
Yeah, he's old. He's still probably one of the best centre backs in the world.
Yeah, so then that's what Real Madrid did was amazing because they've got pretty much Sergio Ramos another 2-3 years, and then you have Varane that's going to be sort of manning that back line as well.
Eder Militao is there as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. So like that's the one thing Barcelona. I think Barcelona started to realize that now with like the purchase of Frankie De Jong, but then that's why the Pulisic, I forget his name. Pjanic, how do you say it?
Yeah, Pjanic.
Yeah, Pjanic and Arthur trade swap deal money didn't make sense to me because Arthur's 20, I think he's like 22, 23 at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you've got him and Frankie De Jong, pretty much pair them together for like the next 10 years. That'd be insane. But now you've traded him for a 30-year-old that's going to be on the decline in the next 2 or 3 years. I get the trying to surround Messi, but at the same point, it's like you need you're coming closer and closer to the reality where it's like you're getting too close to where Messi's soon not going to be in the picture. You need to start planning what's your next steps when Messi's gone.
Right, he needs to move, I reckon, Messi. As much as like you can't see him away from Barca, he should move.
Every summer he gets linked to Man City or whatever team Pep's at.
Chelsea, Man City.
He's never been linked to Chelsea.
Hey, I remember back in like 2015 or something, he was heavily linked to like Chelsea. Everyone thought he was moving.
No, I'm telling you what, if it's always said if Messi was able to move, he's going to go to Pep.
Yeah, 100%.
Man City. I mean, there's been like slight Juventus rumors, but even
please let's go to Juventus. If he goes to Juventus,
that'd be the greatest thing to happen. But then, like, money will Juventus will be paying out their ear in wages, in transfer bills. So I don't know.
the best thing to see, I reckon, would be PSG payout to buy Ronaldo. We were speaking of this earlier, remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Ronaldo. There are rumors that Ronaldo might want to go to PSG.
Yeah.
That'd be insane. Messi.
Imagine
I mean, Ronaldo, Neymar, and Mbappe.
NBN.
NBN.
No wait,
But Messi. No,
that's so wrong. That's so
who's
wrong.
N? No,
Why
Neymar.
did I say Messi? I said Messi.
Neymar. NBN. Neymar. Yeah, it doesn't even work.
No,
What
it's
it doesn't
C.
work.
C. It'd be like MNC. I don't know.
Anyway, but yes, I don't know. That'd be insane. But again, I don't know. Ronaldo moving teams again within 2 years of going to Juventus. Yeah,
No, yeah, he won't move again.
maybe next year, possibly. But
the next thing for both of them is retirement, I reckon.
it's crazy to think like both of like Ronaldo's 35, Messi's 33 at this time. Like Rooney's 34, and he's down playing at Derby. Most world footballers at this point are either in like the US, just chilling, or in China. So it's sort of insane. Like even like now that they're still at this level at their age.
I was reading some posts, and it was just like Thierry Henry was playing at like the New York Jets or whatever. What are they called?
All the Red Bulls, the New York Red Bulls.
And
Yeah.
Zidane was retired. Like all these other players, like retired at like 35, and Ronaldo's still out here banging goals in left, right, and center. And I was like, yeah, he does that. He does that. Actually,
exactly, bro.
Zidane could have still kept him playing. He's still a baller. Apparently, at training at Real Madrid, when someone gets injured, like Casemiro was saying, when someone gets injured, he steps in, and apparently he's like the best on the field. Like doesn't matter what position you play him in, he's just like a baller.
I mean, Zidane pretty much left on top. He left at a World Cup final in 2006.
I feel like that if you once you complete it all, it's like what else I got to achieve. Now he's probably
like
one of the best managers in the world right now.
Yeah, that's true. But then it's like, I don't know. It's tough because obviously he had Ronaldo. Yeah, it's like you got to see if you can win a Champions League without Ronaldo.
Oh, did he leave? Wait, who did he leave? What team did he leave on? Which year?
What?
Which year did Zidane leave?
2006.
Yeah.
For World Cup final versus Italy when he headbutted
Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, that. He left in like one of the prime Real Madrids.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah, that 2006. I think. But yeah, that 2006 Real Madrid team was good.
He played with Ronaldo, didn't he?
Who?
Zidane.
No, he didn't. Ronaldo went to Real Madrid 2009.
No, the other Ronaldo.
Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah, Brazilian.
I mean, what? Real Madrid 2006, David Beckham, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Casillas, Ronaldo, yeah.
That team...
Sergio Ramos was there as well. Jesus.
Bro, Ramos, I'm telling you, Ramos is, in my eyes, like one of the best defenders ever. 100%.
Oh, easy. Easy.
It'd be like, my top 5 would be like, I mean, it's another topic for another video, but my top 5 would be Ramos, Puyol, Maldini, Cannavaro, one more. John Terry.
Just lie, John Terry.
That's just John Terry's my boy. I have to. That'd be my top 5 defenders if I had to. But like, you can't go.
On the topic of defenders, very woeful defensive performance by Rafael Varane versus Man City, which was the following game. But it was sort of tough because Man City was up 2-1 with the away goal, and it was going to be a tall task. Well, I mean, if anyone was going to do it, it was going to be Real Madrid. But then within the first 10 minutes, Rafael Varane, I was watching that. It was like, what was he doing? Because he was just sort of like dribbling around the back, and then Gabriel Jesus cuts in, passes it off to Sterling, and Sterling slots it, and then they go up 3-1 on aggregate.
It was just one game though. Like he usually like plays really well. Like he's won a Champions League. He's done a World Cup. Like he's done the big things. You know, like you can have one bad game. I'm sure Messi has one bad game. You know.
Oh yeah, it was unfortunate because it was 2 terrible mistakes.
Yeah, it's true. It was just.
Then the other one was the head. Pretty much, Gabriel Jesus was feasting on Rafael Varane because the second one just tries to head it back. Gabriel Jesus cuts him off and just chips it in. Then what? I mean, Benzema did snatch one back within the. When Benzema scored, I was like, oh, maybe possible
Here you
comeback
go.
here. But then Gabriel Jesus sort of put the game to bed.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It was just one bad game for Rafael Varane. I don't reckon people should start like shaming
oh
him.
no, don't judge him on that one. No, he normally puts on defensive masterclasses. That
Yeah.
one was just sort of. But on that, how
Love it.
like we just said, Man City's playing Lyon in the quarterfinals. How are we looking?
No, yeah. Well, as we said, I reckon it's an easy dub. Like even if Leon were playing their best football, like it's an easy dub for real. It's an easy dub for Man City. It's an easy dub for Man City.
And then
100%.
so what you got? I think yeah, Man City should easily go through.
No, I love this. I don't know. I've just been, I don't know. Heaps of football memes have been coming up on my feed recently, and it's just all like Sergio Ramos waiting for Varane in the car park kind of memes.
But you see the one that was like Sergio Ramos looked exactly like Neymar did when we beat them 3-1 last year in Paris. I was goated.
Damn.
But I think we've touched on this. But should Real Madrid be worried?
Nah, definitely not. They've got a
They've
good
had
team. They got a good young.
since Ronaldo's left. They've had two bad exits.
It's not nothing to
One
worry
against
about.
Ajax and then one now against Man City.
Look at their. Let's have a look at their young players that they've got coming up that hopefully will take over. They've got, as I said, Valverde, who's one of the better centre mids in the world. I reckon, like all up and coming centre mids in the world. Him and Frankie De Jong, both young, both really talented. We've got Eder Militao, one of the better defenders in the league. They got Rodrigo, Vinicius. What's his name? Oh, fuck, I'm having a blank. They got Mendy. He's not that old. Like they got a good young team that they could definitely rely. They could definitely rely on. You know, down in the future. Shit, I got an itchy nose.
Yeah.
But they got a good young team that they can rely on. You know, I wouldn't be too stressed if I was Real Madrid because they'll keep on winning the league at this rate because no one's really competing with them. It's like the only teams that are competing with them are Atletico and yeah, that's it. Because I reckon Barca are going to decline real quick in the next couple of years if they don't make some changes.
I feel speaking about Barca.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. But I mean Barca versus Napoli. Barca was looking a bit like the Barca of old, as you could say.
I was against Napoli.
But I mean, what it was amazing. I think so. First 10 minutes, Langlet puts a goal in to pretty much put Barca in the driving seat, and then Messi's goal.
Oh yeah, that was prime.
Oh my god! He falls down. I'm like, it's done. It comes back up, and then I was just like, how's he gone and done this?
It's Messi doing Messi things.
It was amazing. So then Messi puts that, and then he had another one, and the handball call.
Questionable.
Questionable. I don't know if he called that because it was sort of like brought it down on I think he was like hands like this, brought it down the chest. It was harsh to call that a handball, and then Suarez pretty much finishes Napoli off with the penalty at the end of the first half. Now, I mean, Napoli scores one back at another penalty, but
didn't matter.
It was done. It was done at that point.
It was wrapped up by that time.
So, on that note, with Barcelona playing Bayern Munich, how are they looking?
They're getting slapped. They're getting absolutely slapped.
Nah, that's disrespectful though.
Nah, I don't care. Like, unless Messi does what he just did and puts on an absolute masterclass again, it's gonna be just a one-sided beatdown. Like Bayern Munich.
Robert Lewandowski, absolute another level right now. And I feel bad the fact that I feel bad that the Ballon d'Or got cancelled because it was on lock that he was gonna win.
Oh man, if he didn't win, it's rigged.
So he's an honorary Ballon d'Or winner. That's some cheese that he got.
He's my Ballon d'Or winner.
But yeah, so you don't reckon I think it's too tough. It's too tough to call. It's not like the Man City one where it's just
different gravy, man.
Especially since the restart, they've been on another level.
Yeah.
Like especially when I remember when the German league first came back, I was just watching because it was like the only soccer that I was on. I was watching all Bayern Munich games. But then again, it's never count out Barcelona.
Yeah, you
Like
never can at Barcelona. That's true.
what happened last year was tragic because it was. I felt so bad for Messi because it was just. But I
Heartbreak.
think with one game to play, and you're just saying one game, Messi give me 90 minutes of just Lionel Messi. I think he can do it.
I mean, the last time Messi hadn't made a quarterfinal for Champions League, Juventus was still in Serie 2, Serie B, and PSG only had 2 League One titles. Like,
Saying Barcelona,
that's like that.
Barcelona have got this. But what of
No.
Napoli though? So
Oh mate, they're gonna have to just move past this one.
what are we thinking?
They're still looking like a solid side, but like I wouldn't say they're in contention really for. Let me have a look at the ladder. I didn't really watch much of Napoli.
So Napoli didn't qualify for the Champions League or the Europa League for next year.
I'd be stressing. Dries Mertens, Lorenzo Insigne. I'd be stressing if I was them. You know,
Reckon some big clubs can come and poach some of their players.
Yeah, I reckon Bayern's gonna get Koulibaly. Bayern, fucking what's
Man City. Man City's been linked to Koulibaly quite a bit.
Even you guys have been linked to him as well, haven't you?
I don't think we're not. I think with the whole Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, if you get Sancho, you're not gonna get him.
We're not. I think even if we get Sancho, then we'd not be signing another CB or like another sort of big money player. It'd be
That's
someone
what you
small.
need though. You need a CB more than you need.
We need someone to link. We need another to pair Maguire.
You need to play. You need a centre back more than you need Jadon Sancho. I reckon.
No, we don't. No, I disagree with that. No,
your country's elite. Martial, Greenwood, Rashford.
No, but then Greenwood's only 18.
And he's going to develop. Give him playtime.
No, I generally would rather Jadon Sancho than a CB at the moment. Because I think I was too harsh on Harry Maguire this year. But like, I think obviously when you spend 80 million pounds, you're like, you better be like the next coming of Jesus Christ. He's made his mistakes. But at the same time, like we've conceded 1/3 less goals than we did last year. And we've had way more clean sheets. We've had and even AWB is a fucking godsend. I love me some Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
He's a Ronaldo chop master.
So Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and then obviously I think we need a left back more than we need a center back at the moment because Brandon Williams is still really young and Luke Shaw is very patchy.
Right.
Because right now with Lindelof and Eric Bailly is really good. Eric Bailly just needs to stay fit, but Eric Bailly is really good as well. Yeah, and I think with the money from it's looking like Chris Smalling's going to leave anyway to Inter Milan. So if Chris Smalling goes to Inter Milan, that could be some money to fund another player. So who knows?
It's what was I thinking? I was thinking you guys. Yeah, speaking of Manchester, you guys only just beat what's the name this morning?
Copenhagen. Oh my god, bro! That keeper was on a fucking mission. Madness. Yeah. We should have won like 4-0. We should have Greenwood score one with VAR called offside, and then Bruno Fernandes hit the post, and it was just Jesus. And that keeper was just making. Martial had one where I was like, that's a goal, and somehow I was just like, how the fuck did he say that?
Save.
But it was that keeper, and I think he got a 9.5 match rating as well. He had like 13 saves. And like the most saves in a Europa League game.
Surely you guys are winning Europa League though. Like surely it's a done.
We got Wolves. This is like the fucking 6th or 7th time we fucking played Wolves this year. So.
Wolves are scary.
I hate playing Wolves, man.
Mason Mount doesn't. He put one in the back of their net.
So we got Wolves, and then. Oh, I'm good. I don't really care if we win or not because it's like we've already qualified for Champions League. I think it's more Wolves because Wolves didn't qualify for Europa League. So Wolves are sort of coming in with a fight because they didn't qualify for Europa League or Champions League, so they're coming in trying to secure something.
Going back to our original topic, Barcelona playing Bayern Munich, and then speaking of Bayern Munich, we moved to the last game that we saw, which was the unfortunate loss Chelsea took.
Bad. I was watching. It was funny because I was talking to my dad about it, and Dad goes like, "Oh, I can see Chelsea coming back," and I was like, "It was gonna be a lot to ask. 3-0 down
We lost before it started. Lampard just
to put four away on Bayern Munich in Germany.
We're playing like toddlers as well. Honestly, we were playing terrible.
And I remember like sort of I think after Lewandowski scored that penalty, it was you guys it was a rack. You guys sort of knew it was like. But then what? Perisic put away goal number 2. I mean, Tammy Abraham pulled a sort of consolation goal, if you will, against sort of sloppy goalkeeping from Neuer. And then Tolisso with the 3rd, and then Lewandowski to put the final nail in the coffin for a 7-1 on aggregate.
It was embarrassing to watch, but there's not much I can expect from our team. We weren't running Ziyech, we weren't running Werner, like we weren't running a heaps of players, but you know.
You weren't allowed to, weren't you? Werner couldn't play for you, yeah.
But like I'm telling you, when we get these players in, it's going to be different gravy.
But as far as Bayern Munich,
I like these players in our team, but then it's questions like, where's Mount? Where's Pulisic going to be? You know, where's Giroud?
But you need depth. You need competition for play. It's all good to have like the best starting 11 in the world, but you can't ask them. Let's say realistically, you play Premier League. You play 38 games. You make it at least 6 rounds deep FA Cup. You make it quarterfinals, semifinals of the Carabao Cup. Then you also have to play Champions League on top of that. That's damn near 60, 70 games. You can't ask 11 people. You need depth and you need competition for places. So as much as like Pulisic and I forget Mason Mount might not get as much game time because Werner and Giroud and Ziyech have come in. It's actually good because now you have competition for places. And it's let's say Werner has like 3 bad games in a row and he's just a sitting duck. You've got Giroud coming in and he might bring a different Giroud, Tammy Abraham bringing in another dimension. So competition for places is just as important as having the best 11 in the world.
We've also got Kai Havertz coming as well.
Hey, relax.
I reckon he will. I actually reckon he will.
But anyway, so Bayern Munich, how far do you think Bayern Munich goes?
I reckon it's going to be a Bayern Munich and wait, hold on. Which side of the table is Man City on?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
Champions League. I'm gonna look. Are they on the same side?
I don't know.
Because if they're not, I can see it being a what's it called? What is it called? Bayern versus Manchester City thing. Here's my top 4, right? Here's my top 4. Bayern, Atletico, City, PSG. Jesus.
So I've got PSG versus Atlanta. That's barbecue chicken.
Yeah, PSG. Mbappe's just different gravy.
So Paris versus Atlanta, barbecue chicken for Paris. Atletico versus RB Leipzig. With RB Leipzig, I don't think they're getting past Atletico Madrid. What Atletico Madrid versus did against Liverpool was amazing. So I think Atletico Madrid surely beats RB Leipzig, and then Man City versus Lyon. Man City wins that. Barcelona versus Bayern. I think that's gonna be a tough one. I think that'll be definitely the most entertaining game to watch.
It'll be a Bayern win.
It'll be really hard to tell. And then what? And then I don't know. It's gonna. I think even those 4 teams are gonna make a very interesting semi-final. And final.
It's gonna be a tough one this year, but I reckon it has to be Man City or Bayern that win the Champions League.
All right, so here we go. So PSG have got an easy because PSG beat Atlanta, and then there's RB Leipzig. Then they play the winner of RB Leipzig and Atletico Madrid.
That will be an interesting game. I reckon that's going to be the most interesting game.
And then Man City versus the winner of Barcelona versus Bayern.
Yeah.
So I think PSG is sort of locked to get into the final at least.
Yeah. Shit.
And then just that side of the table is going to be very, very interesting.
That's the good side of the table everyone wants to watch. But I reckon the Atletico versus Leipzig will be the most interesting game. Two underdogs fighting for a Champions League spot.
But then what? So back to Chelsea. How far do you think they are from from the top teams to a Liverpool, to a Man City, a Real Madrid,
To Liverpool, we're
Barcelona
far
top
away.
level?
Liverpool was stiff. Liverpool was stiff to not beat Atletico, but I reckon we could be top three. We're top three material next year.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think Man City just bought Anteke. I think like what's his name? I forget his name. But Man City just bought another defender, pretty much.
Of course.
So then, no, but they needed it. They needed to bolster up that defense, and then so then they come in. I think they come in better. I think Liverpool got away from them this year. I don't think Liverpool builds that big of a gap next year.
No, definitely not.
So then you've got that, and then we've got us. We get Jadon Sancho. I think top four next year is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. Top four will be interesting. Hopefully Arsenal can come back. I want to see Arsenal back up again.
No, not really. Fuck Arsenal. But Tottenham, on the other hand, I mean, Jose Mourinho's first full season at Tottenham, could he possibly a fifth, a sixth, maybe?
No.
It's definitely gonna be tough for him to break. I mean, he did get us the second of the team we had in like 27. That was impressive, but I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what next year's Premier League season.
I mean, I guess we'll have to do a recap and look back on what we said. What were we gonna say on this episode? Yeah.
But anyway, the final question: who's gonna win the champion? Who's winning the Champions League?
PSG. PSG. Fine. If any other team but Bayern makes it, then it'll be PSG.
It's tough. I think Mbappe got injured, so
yeah, Mbappe got injured, but he still got tied to the final.
Yeah, so
Neymar's capable of carrying.
If Mbappe comes back, then yeah, Mbappe has easily got it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think for me, I think Bayern's to lose. It's Bayern's to lose in the
Bayern are the strongest team right now.
In the form that they're in, and just Robin Lewandowski be on an absolute another level.
Someone needs to stop. They need to find a way to stop Lewandowski. I don't know how you're going to stop him, but they need to find a way. But, he's got that many informs in FIFA. It's disgusting. No, literally, I think he's got like five informs in FIFA. When does it get to the point where you stop?
But anyway,
that's gonna be a wrap.
On that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in. So it was a nice little pocket one, you know.
Yeah, we did a nice little one.
I mean, episode 30. We're 30. We're 30 in. That's insane. I never thought we'd get to 10, let alone 30. So thank you guys so much for everyone that supports us. Again, make sure checking out Mahogany. You know, Joel sent us a sneak peek of the watches that he's got coming out soon, and they look insane. Make sure checking out Kremlin. The new hoodies are coming out today on the website, and they've got a couple deals coming out for hoodies and masks. So make sure you're using Tom10 and Taku10 at checkout. And also, like Paris said, make sure you're checking out the social media. You know, we just hit 100 followers. Why don't you congratulate us by hitting a follow on our Instagram?
150 next target.
150 is our next target. So make sure checking out the YouTube channel and all those niceties. And we shall see you guys.
We hit 1,000 followers by the end of the year. We'll what will we do?
What we do? I don't know. What do you want to do if we hit 1,000 followers? If we hit 1,000 followers, I'll smile. Do you want to?
If we hit 1,000 followers, I'll give away a PS5 for free.
Relax.
No, I will.
You will. All right.
Back now.
I bet. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on Thursday. We have a nice little episode coming for Thursday, so stay tuned.
Peace.
Peace.